392 here at Godspeed ZRZ. Now, as you can already tell, we've made some changes to the 392 build already. We've had this about a week. It's got about 600 miles on it, so we're still going through that initial break-in period. I am going to leave the 35 1250s on until the end of this break-in period, just to make sure whatever's going to break can go ahead and break down. It's still going to be under the factory warranty. Now, as we all know, with the times that we're in right now, it is a little harder to get parts and pieces, at least the ones that you want, in on time. So for this build, I'm not really going to sacrifice any of the, I guess, selections I have for parts and pieces, because this one's a little bit more important than a regular one, a regular build to me anyway. So we'll be kind of against the restraints of, you know, the shipping, the supply. I am going to wait for the right parts and pieces to come in. Now, we've already got most of them ordered, so it's not a big deal, but the build process is going to be a little bit prolonged because of it, and we're all aware of it, we're all used to it, so hopefully that's not going to be a big deal, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and show you these 35s. I will tell you, it at least makes it feel like a Jeep. Those 33s they give us from the factory are they're just too small, let's be honest, and hopefully this can give you guys an idea if 35s will be enough for you. Now, in my personal opinion, I think 35s definitely have a time and place in each Jeep's life, and for me, it's that initial starting period just so we can break it in. Now, you can see we threw on the Baja Boss, Mickey Thompson. These are actually metric, not standard. So we've got the 315 70 R17s, and with these 70 R17s, they weigh in at 70 pounds, so they're pretty heavy tires. For what size we're throwing on next, will probably be 38 1550s on 20 by 12s. And it'll actually be a similar weight. It's not going to be too bad off. These are load range E tires, 118Q with the normal speed index at 99, maybe 100 miles an hour, but not enough to really change the speed limit too awful much. Now we'll worry about that later. But for now, we're going to jump in, drive, see how it actually feels, and see if 35s are enough to make a Rubicon 392 actually feel like a Jeep. And I'll walk around to give you guys a few different angles on the tires here. Of course, at the 3/4 angle, you can really see that tread sticking out. And the side tread on these, the sidewall is absolutely insane. It's extremely aggressive. It sticks out great. The way the simulated bead lock, of course, you can run a true bead lock, but the rings from the factory aren't going to be the right rings to run. So it fills up pretty well here with the little bit wider tire. Now, these will only measure at 12.4 inches wide. So 0.1 difference, but 35 1250s never measure out as actual 35 1250s either. So it works out just fine. And you can see that separation there on the bead lock. It feels it a little bit better that way. You know, just going down the street, you're not going to be able to tell if you don't know what you're looking at, but you can definitely still tell. Now, with the bumper off as well, you can see it opens it up so much better here. You can really see it all, and it's starting to get that Jeep look, guys, which is exactly what we're going for. Now, to look from the back, you can also see it sticks out quite a bit more. So we've got that the traditional Jeep look out the back with that at least 1250. We've still got the same size spare. I usually do a spare delete with mine, so this Jeep's going to be the same as the rest. We can at least call it weight reduction with this one. But I'm going to pull it out. We'll jump inside, take it down the road, see how the 35s feel, and we'll see how they look going down the road too. All right, guys, so I've got her turned around here in the sun. That way you can actually get a chance to see how it looks. Now, like we said before, the 35s, it definitely makes it look like a Jeep, makes it feel like a Jeep. There's two types of people with Wranglers. The people that think 35s are enough, and the people that think that they aren't. I am the latter, but I think for the break-in, these 35s definitely serve a great purpose. And aside from that, they definitely changed the look. I mean, it looks like a real Jeep now, guys, especially with the 3-piece bumper, the way you can take it off there. It opens it up, makes it look great. And I'm sorry, guys, it is still filthy, but this gives you a pretty good look here at the quad tip exhaust. Now, you guys can tell me, but I swear the exhaust is cockeyed here. I've seen it before on quite a few different vehicles, but this one's pretty aggressive. It could have been like that from the factory just in terms of the departure angle, but that really doesn't make sense. It bothers me the way that it looks, so we'll have to fix that. And you can see, of course, we've got our super shorty antenna added on, just like usual. But this thing looks great out in the sun, guys. Alright guys, so getting onto the road here, you're going to be able to tell right away. Of course, it's a mud terrain tire, so you're going to be able to hear it. That's just a given. You've got to expect it if you want that look. Now, I will be 100% honest. The Mickey Thompsons are quite a bit louder than some of the other tires on the market, so there's always options to get a little bit quieter tire. But nevertheless, you'll get a little bit of a pitch, a hum, so you're going to get it either way. Now, beyond that point, these tires do feel good on the road. Of course, it gives you that classic Jeep feel just because you feel the lugs from the mud terrain actually gripping onto the road. It doesn't really chatter any. I did balance the wheels and tires at my dealership, and believe it or not, I forgot to put the simulated beadlocks back on before I actually balanced them, so I know they're off right now. I'm sure they're somewhat close, but the simulated beadlock rings are on now, and like I say, I balanced them before I put those rings back on, so it's got to be off by at least something. So turning here onto this straight road, I'll stomp on it with the 35 to see if we can tell much of a difference. And it's still pretty fast. Now, of course, one thing you're going to notice whenever you get a bigger and bigger and bigger tire going on these fast V8 Jeeps is these are four-wheel, part-time four-wheel drive all the time. So whenever you stomp on it, that four-wheel drive is going to be engaged. Now, whenever that happens, your drive tire is actually going to get taller, so it's going to compress in and inflate and get taller, so you will feel that, you will feel these bigger tires, and of course, as we go bigger and bigger, you're going to feel just the tire move itself whenever that much force goes down on it. That's one of the biggest things that I've really noticed, and I think that probably going with just a bigger wheel may help that a little bit, but it's not really anything I'm concerned about at all right now. And I know a lot of people have been saying, and I'll give you guys a little POV action right here. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying you don't want to stretch these 392s too far, and myself included, I said that as well. Now, for me, it is a little bit different. I'm going into it with the right mindset in a sense of I know I'm going to probably destroy it and break a lot of stuff, but I'm perfectly fine with it, and whenever the time comes, I'd say by maybe December, this thing's going to take a turn into something crazy. So just the actual driving characteristics of this one, guys, still feels great with the 35s. Of course, these are a little bit heavier, these are a little bit these are a little bit louder, and these are a little bit more aggressive than a lot of the other options out there on the market. Now, if you're going for that look, you don't really care about the weight because you're going bigger anyway. This is an awesome tire, and I definitely believe it's helped us achieve the look that we were going for, at least for now in this break-in period. And of course, I won't let you guys go without getting a good rip. We'll engage Off-Road Plus here. We'll crack the windows just a little, and we're on a good little curve, so let's just stomp it. Woo! Let's go, baby! And of course, in Mexico here, guys, you don't have to worry about the speed limit near as much. Woo! Woo! And I'll be 100% honest, guys, we should really not do this stuff in these Jeeps, but we can now, so why not? There's a time and place, guys. Just know the time, know the place. If there's people around, people watching, probably shouldn't do it. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing so much to this. So much is going to change so fast, so try to keep up with it as best you can. I am going to be changing out a lot of my equipment here soon, so hopefully a lot of this stuff will get better for you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, guys, just take it easy.